Well, it's time again for another Worship Happenings video. Hope you all are doing well. Got just a few things to point out to you, and so we'll just get started. I need to go ahead and get you guys to go ahead and put in your February and March availability. I'll be sending that out probably next week. The schedule for the next 2 months. So if you can go ahead and go in there, block out any dates you're not available, that would be super helpful. Thank you all for participating in the survey. It was really helpful for me to be able to make a decision about that. So the results were fairly overwhelming that Thursday night should be the night for us. And so just a couple things about that. One, there's never a perfect night, and we talked about that before. It's hard either way, and whatever we're deciding is going to be extra time here. And so, first of all, I just want to say thank you for being willing to give extra time out of your schedule to the church to be able to prepare better for Sunday mornings. Thank you for being willing to do that. I know that this isn't an easy thing, and so thank you for really the positive feedback that I've received so far on these things. The only real drawback I see, real significant drawback I see to Thursday nights is that is the evening that college students have their community group time. So like I said, there's never going to be a perfect night. So that may mean that if you're a college student and you're up and you have to rehearse that Thursday night, then, you may have to miss group for one time, maybe out of the month. Most of the college students are in the vocal team, so the singers, and so they're up only about once a month right now anyway. So my hope is that would work out, that you'd miss maybe just one a month or so. But if you have problems with that, please let me know, and we'll talk about that. The other thing is, I'm not so sure how necessary it will be to have someone there to run lyrics. So if you run lyrics, you may not even have to be there. I'll decide that later, but I'm not sure that that's necessary. We are gonna be looking at the sheet music anyway, and so that may not be necessary. More to come on that. So our first midweek rehearsal will be January 24th. That's a Thursday night at 7:00 in the sanctuary. We'll practice until about 8:30, and then we'll go home. So if you're up to run sound on Sunday, I don't remember who it is off the top of my head. I'll send something, maybe a quick reminder to you. You'll need to be there Thursday night at 7. If that can't work, then we'll make arrangements. So just let me know. And then if you're on the band for the 27th, we'll need to be there for Thursday night. So that's that. It's a big change for all of us, and so I appreciate your patience. I appreciate your feedback. So please let me know what we can do along the way to make it best for you and for all of us. A quick reminder: not this weekend, but the next weekend, my friend Michael Scott will be here. To lead our sound guys in some training. And so the way that the schedule on Saturday will look is we'll get there and get to know each other about 10 o'clock. So you'll get to meet Michael a little bit, and he'll talk through this with you. So this is just sound personnel at 10 o'clock. And then we'll go through some training. Michael will go through some techniques with you and some basics with you for about an hour and a half or so. And then we'll break for lunch at noon. I'll provide lunch for the sound guys and Michael, and so we'll be there for that. And then I'd like for all of you that can, all of you that are able, to come Saturday at 1 o'clock. We're going to have a brief little seminar with me and Michael, sharing a little bit about what it looks like to operate in mutual servanthood on a team like ours. And so we'll talk a little bit about that together. on Saturday at 1 o'clock. So if everyone can be there for that, that would be really great. That should take about an hour and 15 minutes, something like that. We'll take a quick break. And then I'd like to have a few band members, and I'll send you a text individually, stay behind if they're able from about 2:30 to 3:30 so that we can do a live mixing and rehearsal run-through kind of thing so that the sound guys can kind of practice some of the techniques that they just observed from Michael and put some of that into practice. And so if some of you want to volunteer to do that, I'd be glad to hear that and happy to do that so I don't have to pick. If you want to volunteer to be there to help out that way as a band member, that would be really huge and a great service to the men that run sound for us. So that's what I got so far. Really grateful for you guys. Before you know it, we're going to start thinking about Easter and what all that looks like. I will say we have formed the worship leadership team. Thank you for your input. Thank you for those who volunteered, those that suggested people. It's really, really great. That team is going to be comprised of myself, obviously, Kurt Radnitzer, Casey Watts, Josh Coe, and Jesse Edwards. And we're going to have our first meeting next week. So we're excited about that, getting some things situated for that, and will be a big help to me and to all of you, I'm sure. So I love you guys greatly. Thankful for you. Thankful for the sacrifices that you make to serve our church. Love you guys.